Welcome to Southwest Florida Strong, the podcast, brought to you by Conrick PR and Marketing. I'm your host, Connie Ramos-Williams. In honor of Women in Business Day, today we are bringing you some pretty amazing women. Starting off will be Marilyn Santiago with CARP USA and Sunshine Your Service. And also Nickole Hendra, the Executive Director for Dress for Success. And our very own Kirsten O'Donnell will be providing a marketing tip. In honor of Women in Business Day, our first guest for our business segment is Marilyn Santiago. So please help me welcome Marilyn. Hey, how are you?
I'm so ecstatic to be here with you today. Anytime I have an opportunity to enjoy a conversation with you, I will definitely be there. So thank you for having me. Thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. When I read your bio, and I've known you for a while, and you are amazing. I love the positive energy you bring to the table every time I see you. Every time you enter a room, you light it right up. And I just realized in your bio that you have not just one company, but two companies. Yeah. Service at Sunshine at your service. And Sunshine, obviously you see the sunshine in the corner of our screen here, Conrick PR and Marketing. It's all about the sunshine and the positive energy and charisma that we bring to the plate every day. I'm just excited to hear more about you. I mean, you're an entrepreneur more than once, a multi-entrepreneur. You have been a radio DJ. You have helped celebrities all across the United States get recognized in the entertainment industry. You are just a force to be reckoned with. And I'd love to hear how you started both of your companies. What gave you that start? I want to hear about the journey that brought you to where you are today.
Well, radio broadcasting was always in my blood. Since I was a little girl, I remember that when I was at the dining table with my mom while she was cooking, I was literally watching a radio. And I remember basically every changes that they made, every mistakes that they made when the turntables were there. They sometimes they mistake and they play the same song twice. And I noticed, that all the mistakes that they were making. So I had an opportunity to join a radio station, and it was like completely natural for me. That was the beginning of a long career in the radio business that basically took me from on-air personality, which I was fired my first gig at the radio station. I was fired for playing a song because
Who would fire you? That doesn't even make sense.
I refused to play a song that I didn't like. And I was like, it's some Valentine's Day. How do you want me to play Tarzan Boy? It was like, that you don't deserve me here. Then later on, next year, I became operations manager for radio stations. And I'm glad to say that we beat them. We beat the station that fired me. And basically they had to be sold and change the format and everything. But basically I had a long career in the broadcasting industry, but unfortunately, women were paid well. I remember that comparing the salaries of a program director and an on-air personality, the percentages compared to a man, oh my God, it was probably 30% of what they were making, 40% of what they were making. And I was like, I worked really, really hard for this, and it is not fair. So basically the inequality in payments was what triggered me in the beginning to go solo. I had an opportunity to basically structure my dream and basically think, what am I good at? What can I do? Maybe not what I have done, but what do I think I can do that I can be good at? And I started making a list of the things that I could perform, and that basically that became my company information, my brochure. I started providing services of radio syndication. I started providing services with the marketing, and basically I was connecting entertainers and celebrities with brands, going to CARP, Creative Architectural Resin Products, I was blessed enough to find the person of my heart, the love of my heart. And at a time when he was reopening his company after a non-compete, and I wanted to move away from the entertainment industry. I was turning a little bit less young, and unfortunately, I did not want to become obsolete in the industry. I respect that younger minds are coming and other connections that you don't have, and it's okay. I don't want to be the old lady doing at a trap concert. Okay, so basically, I was looking for an alternative to reinvent myself and transition from the entertainment to another industry. And the blessing of having Steven in my life, it was perfect. He wanted to reopen his business, and I told him, I'm very smart. You know, we can make this happen. And we put together a business plan, and we secured the funding, and thank God, we will be celebrating our 5th anniversary next month. In October, we're going to be celebrating the 5th anniversary of us opening the doors to CARP here in Fort Myers. So it's pretty awesome.
And you guys, since you've opened the doors, you guys have been recognized in that industry, manufacturing and construction industry, many times over as manufacturing of the year. I've seen you recognized in multiple awards. So you're doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It is a work in progress, and the reality is that our company not only is a really nice, it's comprised of really nice people that really cared, not only of our employees and ourselves, but also for the community. But we provide a very interesting product, which maintains us in a very competitive advantage. We basically are like the happy medium between foam and wood, and foam and stone. And if you guys are from Southwest Florida, strong, you know, how strong are the woodpeckers and how strong is the weather. So it's basically a very difficult if you want to remodel your house. If you're building a new house and you're going to put foam products outside, if you're going to put foam shutters, if you're going to put foam brackets and outlookers and other architectural elements, you know that if you're going to save a few bucks in putting some foam products, you're going to waste your time, because it's going to go back pretty soon. So basically, the alternative that we are providing for not only for the people in general, but most importantly for the construction industry, we work with builders and developers and the homeowners associations, that they see the quality of the product, and they see our competitive advantage. So basically, my job is making it public and show it around, and the recognitions come because of the product that we provide.
More than your manufacturing association, what I heard loud and clear, especially since we're celebrating Women in Business Day, was your first career and the radio station, and recognizing that your salary, or the salary of the women in the company that you're with, was under par from where the men were at. And what you did to make that change and overcome that situation. So, I mean, I think that speaks to your integrity. I think that speaks to your strength and your willingness not only to fight for, you know, what you know you believe in, but for other women as well in the industry. So kudos to you for taking a stand and making a difference in that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It has been a little bit complicated because unfortunately, we most of all, because I hope not all women are like that, but there's a lot of us here that unfortunately we have been subject to some type of bad situations at work. I remember that when I got my first job at this radio station, I was operations manager of 4 radio stations, and they offer me I think it was like less than $1,000 a month. Okay. And I told my boss, come on, give me at least $1,000, you know, just to negotiate, just to feel like I was trying to accomplish something, because self-confidence is good. You know, I know that I was gonna show my true skills and my capabilities, and I will make the money. Eventually I will make the money. But come on, that amount of money after graduated from college, you know, and knowing what I know what I can bring to the table, it was very disappointing. So I told him, give me $1,000. And he looked at me and he said, yeah. So I started working. I was excited. At least, you know, I was able to negotiate, which was a good thing. When the first paycheck came, it was not $1,000. And I went to him and I said, Mr. Boss, you said it was going to be $1,000. And he was like, oh, no, we don't have the $1,000. And if you don't like it, go. And right there, I was like, oh my God, this is a battle that is going to be a complicated one. And unfortunately, sometimes we just go with the flow, and we don't dare to ask for more because we think that we're gonna get there. Somebody else is gonna get that job at the price that they want, and that is a little problem. That can be a little problem. So basically, it all came out of ambition and self-respect as well.
That's good. That's good. And I think that's important for our listeners today, to have that kind of confidence, self-respect, to ask for what you know you're entitled to and what you deserve. You've been everywhere in the country. You've been all around the world. You know, what brought you to Southwest?
This year, but I haven't traveled. It's just driving me crazy.
It's driving us all crazy being homebound right now. Yes. But what brought you to Southwest Florida? And, you know, what do you love about Southwest Florida? What's the appeal?
I was living in Miami Beach, and to be honest with you, I wanted to chill out a little bit and to get like a slower pace, which I found it here impossible with the traffic on 41 and the other craziness. But for that, we need a happy hour, girl. But I saw that the potential, there was a lot of potential of growth and many opportunities. Especially coming from the East Coast, I came with some areas of expertise that I saw them as assets, and that I was going to be able to capitalize on them, and I think that I have done. You know, and this is weird because this is the first time that I say that. Like, I don't know, oh my God, Marilyn, because it's normally I don't like taking credit for stuff. I like to unless I have to blame. But no, yeah, we have being able to capitalize on the opportunities, and Southwest Florida basically was a very strategic location because of the closeness to I-75. We're close to Miami, we're close to Naples, we're close to Tampa, we're close to Orlando, which are big hubs for the construction industry. So basically, it was a very convenient location for us to be here. And basically, we have, as I said at the beginning of the interview, we just bought a house here, so I guess we're staying.
We're happy that you're staying here. To me, when I heard you were buying a house, I'm like, yes, she's here to stay. You know, and one of the other things we share is we're both from that East Coast. I moved here back in '98 and love the Southwest Florida area. Love where I grew up in Miami, but really love Southwest Florida and glad to call this home.
I see that the demographic landscape of the area has changed, and I feel more diversity, which I love, not only from the Latino community, but also from other nationalities as well. You know, let's realize that we live in paradise. You know, I live with vacation. So basically, it has a lot of attractives, and I hope that with efforts that with people and companies like yours, that they try to bring everybody together. I think that we have a great future ahead.
We're lowering that bar. It's not just for the retirees anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of young folks with families that are starting their own businesses here. So a lot of good opportunity.
There's a lot of great universities here. There is for education. I think that we're all going to be surprised with the new census results that will be coming soon, hopefully.
Before we end the conversation, if there's a quick little piece of advice you could share with women in business, female entrepreneurs out there, one quick soundbite, what's your tip for all of them?
Put structure to your dreams. We have a lot of ideas. Our minds are always like, Put structure to them. Write down what you want to do. If you think that you can be good at something, write it down and create a plan. And
Excellent.
then little by little, when you least expect it, you can make it happen. But don't give up.
Marilyn, big kisses and hugs to you, and congratulations on all your success. I know there's still a whole lot more we're going to be hearing from you and seeing from you, because you are charismatic. You bring that sunshine every day. So thanks for being our guest today on Southwest Florida Strong Podcast, and we hope you'll join us again.
It will be my pleasure, and thank you so much for thinking of me, especially on this a special podcast of Women in Business. I'm very thrilled for the opportunity, and if you guys need any non-structural architectural elements, 239-939-0034, carpusa.com. We are CARP. Thank you.
Thank you. Introduce you to our guest for the Southwest Florida Cares segment, Nickole Hendra, the Executive Director for Dress for Success.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're amazing. Absolutely amazing. Dress for Success is one of the first nonprofits that I got involved with here in Southwest Florida. And I am a founding board member for Dress for Success, as you know. Yeah. So my heart, whether I'm on the board or not, it's what you guys do for the ladies in our community. It's incredible. And as we celebrate Women in Business Day today, we're glad you could join us to talk about the organization and all the things you do for women that are in business, or maybe struggling between jobs, or looking to open up their own business out there too. So, you've been involved with Dress for Success for such a long time, and, life of a nonprofit, we have our ups and our downs, but you guys, even through COVID, have stayed very relevant. Will you start us off today just letting our viewers know a little bit about Dress for Success and how you got involved and who's involved in the organization?
Sure. So we opened our doors in 2010, and we serve women in the community that are either unemployed or underemployed, or just need a hand up instead of a handout. And the organization has really impacted over that 10-year service of about 3,800 women in our community now. So I'm very proud that we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary, even during this horrible time with the pandemic, and we're still able to serve the women that come through our front doors. And I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have such a strong board and a huge bank of volunteers that I rely on daily to help get me through every day. So it's an organization that has one employee, but many, many, many women are supporting me throughout this.
Well, you're a very lucky lady, because I know we're nowhere in nonprofit world without the volunteers, without our board members, and the community of supporters. So, but it also takes strong leadership and a lot of passion. And I know you have that for this organization, because I've seen you take that passion and love for the ladies out there and just really give your heart and soul to the women that you serve. Many of the events that you have every year, I know, not just like all nonprofits, you guys rely on a lot of events to help you with the funding that you need. Some of the annual events are Shop for Success, Evening in Black and White. I mean, there's so many incredible things that you do. Tell me about the upcoming event that you have, and some of the hurdles that you've had to overcome to make sure you could still have this event.
Oh my gosh. This event was, like every nonprofit, we are struggling not being able to have the live face-to-face in-person events. And a Recycled Night in Black and White is one of those events that we had scheduled for April. We had to push it back to October 15th, which is a Thursday evening, and now we're going virtual. So we have taken the whole entire event that was going to be live, and we are now making it virtual, which will include a fashion show, there's watch parties, there's hostess kits, there's a cork pull, there's a live and silent auction, and we hired a project event manager because it's something that I had no experience with and that I couldn't possibly undertake. And we are going to just rock this event because it's our first virtual one, and I feel very, very passionate that we are going to make it so successful that it's going to be talked about, months later where people say, oh, I wish I would have gone to, been able to tune into that virtual event. We're going to live stream it through our Facebook page down in our boutique. So it's very exciting because not only will you get a look into, the boutique and the workings of Dress for Success, but you'll be able to watch this incredible fashion show that the designers have put their heart and soul into, amazing live and silent auction packages. So it should be really, really, really fantastic.
How can people step up and help you with this event?
I am always looking for help. So with this event, we can still use watch party hosts. We can always encourage people to sponsor one way or the other. We have a complete, updated, rebranded sponsorship package that, will work with sponsors that are going through the same pandemic that we are all challenged with. And donations for our swag bags, donations for our cork pool. I think really anything that you think you might be able to help us with, please call me and let me know, and I'll guide you to the right person or in the right direction.
What phone number can they call you at, Nickole?
Call me at 239-689-4992.
And is there an email address for those that may be easier?
Yes. So you can always email swflorida, spelled out, at dressforsuccess, all spelled out, .org.
Excellent. I know myself and many on our team are going to do our very best to be part of this event this year. We commend you on the hard work you're putting in to make sure this event goes off without a hitch. And I love what we're seeing so far out there. You guys are really doing a great job.
Thank you.
One of the things I'd love you to talk about a little bit is the programs that you have in place to help women in business. And I mean, there is, to be honest with you, what I've seen you do for the ladies in our community, whether they're unemployed or underemployed, or women that have really aspired to own their own business, I have seen you truly transform the lives of the women you touch. I have goosebumps just thinking about it, because I've sat with these women and it just fills my heart, and I know how much reward it brings to you too, as far as that goes. Tell us a little bit about these programs.
So our main program is our Suits for Self-Sufficiency, which is mainly just our clothing. Someone that comes to us that is in need for an interview outfit or for employment clothing, we open our doors of our boutique. We set them up with a one-on-one appointment with a personal shopper, and they get the clothes that honestly are life-changing. I never really understood the impact that a bra or a simple dress would have on a woman. And when they come through the doors and they're so beaten down and have no self-esteem, and they walk out with their head held high, it really touches everyone that has come into contact with them. So that's our main goal. But we can dress them up and we can make them look pretty, but if they don't have the tools that they really need to go out into the workforce to either secure employment or to advance in their career, we're failing them. So we have 3 programs. Connie, and you've been involved with 2 of the 3, I believe. We have our Women Empower Through Employment series, which is Wheaties, which helps women with resume writing, cover letters, the job search, elevator speeches. We do mock interviews with them. We really want to give them the tools to go out and just nail the interview, be able to find a job, and continue on their success. For a while, we had a huge gap. Once we got them all dressed up, once we got them employed, we kind of just lost contact with them. And we started our Professional Women's Group, which is our PWG program, to stop that and bridge that gap so we can continue to help the women as they enter a new phase of their life. A lot of the women we see are single moms, and they just don't know how to navigate once they have a job. Financial literacy and budgeting is kind of confusing for them. So the Professional Women's Group is really a group of peers where the women can network. They can feel comfortable with those that are in the same type of environment that they are trying to transition into, and they help build each other up. They form friendships. We bring in speakers that talk about life-work balance, dietary needs. We do some fun things like yoga. We do crafts, on a budget during the holidays so they can do something with their children. And we have seen over the past year a huge impact that has had on the women that go through Wheaties that continue on to PWG, because not only do they give back to Dress for Success, they give back to their community in so many different ways. So that program has really been successful. And then I know this is near and dear to your heart, which is our ESP program, or our Entrepreneurial Spirit program. And that's for women that can't traditionally get into the workforce, whether they are caring for a sick parent or small children, or they have a conviction on their record that prevents them from getting employment, but they still need to bring in some money. So the Entrepreneurial Spirit program was born by our founder, Barbara Dell, and her husband, Mel Dell, and it is still growing strong, and that helps women really navigate starting their own business. And we bring in our dream team. We have a powerhouse of women. We have Connie, yourself, that talks about marketing on a shoestring budget. We have Christina Schwinn from Pavis Law Firm that talks about what they need to know to set up their licensing and everything that's needed to really get started legally. We bring in someone from Markham Norton, Mosteller and Wright, helps them talk about budgeting and QuickBooks and what needs to be paid for the company, what they can claim, what can't be claimed. And since that has been going for the last 10 years, we've had a baker, we've had an attorney, we've had someone that has started their own home watch business, a cleaning service. So we have had great success with that program since we've opened it, or since we started it in the last 10 years.
That Entrepreneurial Spirit one, you're right. That one of all of them is near and dear to my heart, because I see the ladies out there. I mean, and not everybody's made to take a job at a corporation or somewhere else. They're made to be their own boss. And the folks that sit down and participate in that program know right away whether or not they should be on the road to entrepreneurialism, or if maybe they shouldn't be, because
Right.
It's not as easy as it looks. And I think all the ladies that we do bring in for the Dream Team truly do make a difference. They bring their heart and soul and all their advice. They're so generous with their advice that they give to these ladies. And I know over the years I've kept in touch with a lot of the ladies in the programs too, and some have amazing new businesses that are very successful today, thanks to the help of Dress for Success and the programs that you're offering, and the ongoing support. So once they take those, go through some of those programs, you guys stay in touch and continue mentoring them and continuing being that support for them. You know, how much does it take to wardrobe somebody or take them under your wing to help them get where they need to be?
It averages about $250 a client, a woman that walks through our door, to be able to outfit them for a job and to put them through one of our programs. So it seems like it might be a lot, but to that one woman that gets that help, it's a game changer. It changes their life. It changes their children's lives. I mean, your dollars can't go to any better use. And I would say, besides the donations of money, which are always helpful, clothing donations are great. We are always in need of clothes for the clients that come through our doors, whether it's pants, dresses, suits, jackets, tops, brand new bras, brand new underwear, hygiene products, which we've seen a huge increase in need for, because, you know, a lot of the clients that we serve come from human trafficking. They've been abused. They are in homeless shelters. They have addiction problems, and they're on the road to recovery. And a bottle of shampoo and a toothbrush and toothpaste, game changer. And there's a lot of women that have been impacted by this pandemic lately that we've seen an increase coming through our doors that have lost jobs and been furloughed and are struggling. And, you know, I want to take each of them home with me at night because it's so sad. The stories that are out there that, you know, we live in our own little bubble when we have a job and we're comfortable, but outside that bubble, there are people, there are women and men and children that are just suffering. So anytime that we can welcome one of them through our doors, that's why I continue doing this daily because of the reward. It's amazing.
It is incredible. It's incredible because of the tremendous impact that you're having. And, you know, I know some of the things that I've been involved with through Dress for Success. You know, we don't realize it could be the lady that lives next door. It could be a couple of the women in carpool or school drop-off line that you've seen every day that's having these real life struggles.
Absolutely.
So helping out at Dress for Success and just keeping our eyes open, trying to make sure we're all making an impact positively in our community. It'll keep Southwest Florida strong. So Nickole, thank you for what you do. Your board of directors, your volunteers, you guys are really making an impact. So thanks for all you do. And thanks for being our guest today.
It was fun. Thank you so much.
Joining us now for our Marketing Minute here on the Southwest Florida podcast is Kirsten O'Donnell. She's going to be talking to us about listicles and how that pertains to your business.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kirsten O'Donnell, Director of Marketing with Conrick PR. And if you are anywhere close to my age, you probably stayed up late at night to watch David Letterman do the top 10 list. Or maybe you got up on the weekend mornings and tuned in to Casey Kasem or Ryan Seacrest doing American Top 40. Well, if there's anything about that you can learn right away is that people love lists, whether it is the top 40 songs in the country or just David Letterman's 10 jokes. People love to hear things listed. Now, I'm going to talk to you today about listicles. And listicles, spelled thusly, is kind of half list, half article. Essentially, you're providing people with written content, but you're breaking it up into short, kind of easily digestible points and doing it in an enjoyable way. BuzzFeed is probably the internet king of listicles with their super clickable articles like 8 child stars who don't want to have anything to do with show business as adults, or 14 awesome products to make you more organized. Listicles are an awesome way to get a message across, and people know exactly what they're getting into, because if you say, here's 5 things about XYZ, they know that it's not a huge time commitment to review those 5 things, right? Now, a few of the things I've mentioned have been kind of trivial topics, but listicles don't have to be about silly or trivial things. They can actually be very persuasive, like 5 reasons why Joe Schmo is the best candidate for mayor. They can identify key selling points of a product, like 8 things you never knew that you could do with Jane's widgets. They can even be instructional, like 6 easy steps to tiling a kitchen backsplash. So in the spirit of listicles, I'm going to give you my 6 tips for sharing content in a listicle. So here we go. Our first tip is to keep the tone casual and keep it conversational. Now, even if you have a serious topic, you don't want to make it too stiff and formal. Keep those 50-cent words for some other content that you're writing. Your listicles should be conversational. So even with those serious topics, you want to talk about it as though you were talking to a friend in a conversation. All right, our next tip is to use bullet points instead of using a numbered list when you create a listicle. And the reason for that is that when people see a numbered list, they assume that the numbers are important, that maybe it's building up to a big finish, or that they are a sequence of steps that have to be done in an order. Now, of course, if your listicle actually is some sort of a countdown or some sequence of step that has to be done in a certain chronology, then yes, absolutely use those numbers. But otherwise, bullet points are fine. Our next step is to make sure when you put your listicle or your content with the listicle on your website that you're linking to other content within your site. An example of this will go back to that tiling your kitchen backsplash. If your company sells things like tile or grout or tiling tools or even measuring tapes, you want to make sure that you're linking to the content that's already on your website. You want to keep people sticking around on your website. You want them to recognize that you're a place that provides these offerings, and by creating those links in your listicle, you're encouraging them to stick around. Our next step, keep all of your bullet points to about 10 words. Keep all of your bullet points to about 10 words. Perfect. What you want to do is make sure that the points in your listicle are easily memorable and very easily digestible. You want people to be able to remember your article afterwards. So you don't necessarily want to have a lot of lengthy points in there. Now, you will probably want to elaborate on those 10 words. You can put a little paragraph after each one, but in the actual listicle itself, keep those bullet points short. All right, just a couple of more. Include a brief introduction and conclusion. It would have been super weird if I had just launched into talking about listicles and given you this list without giving you some context for it. So make sure that you have an introduction and you wrap things up with a conclusion. And just like everything else in a listicle, keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it conversational. And finally, our last tip for working with a listicle is to have fun with it. Again, even if it's a serious topic, you can still use photos or graphics to help illustrate your point. It makes it much more visually appealing. If you have a fairly light topic, you can use animated GIFs or even memes to help illustrate your point in your listicle. But the main thing is just have fun with it, keep it light, keep it casual, and make sure that it matches the overall tone of what you're working with. So those are my 6 tips for creating content using a listicle. Listicles are clickable, listicles are shareable, and they link to more stuff on your website, which is really awesome for you. You can always find more marketing tips like these on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/ConricPR, or on our blog on our website at conricpr.com. And of course, if you're looking for some pros to help handle some content, marketing, or listicles for your organization, you can reach out to us at info@conricpr.com. Thanks a lot, Connie.
Thank you for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed connecting with our guest. Please tune in on the 2nd or 4th Tuesday every month at 10 o'clock by going to conricpr.com. Make sure you stay Southwest Florida strong.